All right, welcome back to another episode of the Sweet Talk Podcast with myself and Everett here. We have a special little podcast today. If I know the listeners can't see us, but for the subject we're talking about, you all are going to need Jesus today for the subjects we talk about.
Oh, I know Jesus. He cool dude. Cool ass dude.
He cut my yard today.
Wow. And then it rained. I would be... Actually, no. Well, if you cut it first and then it rained, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's... You don't want to have wet grass while you cut it.
I can't wait until eventually we do this in a video and they see some of the little bit of drinking or some of the shit we do or say in here. I can't wait.
See, this is a homemade brew. Literally. Literally a homemade brew. It's ginger. So, since he brought up the drinking, what we currently have in our cup is our friend over there is nursing a half of a third of an eighth of a 16th of a cup.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Sam.
Some ginger brew that I made, homemade from scratch, with some lemon in it. It's like, think lemon tea with some alcohol sprinkled in it a little bit.
Okay,
so that's what we're starting.
I'm sipping this because we're all blessed to be fucking heavyweights here. We don't have to make weight. I stay at 170 just in case if I get a call from Canelo. He needs to fight or something.
Yeah, the call from Oscar is the one you should be worried about.
Fuck it, lose 2 fucking pounds too. Fuck it, fight him at 168, so 170 right now.
He's not gonna be calling you for that. Hey guys.
All right, how do you want to start this podcast here?
Okay, well, this podcast was brought to you by the shiesty shit that Bob Arum does in his spare time. I wanted to go over a very serious and very pertinent subject that is very near and dear to my heart, all jokes aside, because of the many people I know that have been boxers, that are boxers, have been trainers, are trainers, and everybody in between. And that is the economics of a boxing event, a boxing match, and also the economics and how they affect the fighters themselves, and how you can actually pull a TLC and have a nice ass contract and end up broke at the end of it because your contract's written shitty.
Happens to a lot of them, especially the people from outside the countries.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of them. And it's funny that you mentioned that. I'm glad that you said. So what? Say it again, because it bears repeating. What it happens more often than who?
For the people outside America in different countries, especially what it would be like Africa, Puerto Rico, Cuba, small little countries.
Oh yeah, I'm with you 100%. Do you know who one of the biggest promoters is in those outlying areas? Someone who doesn't like supporting American fighters?
Bob Arum.
Tell that. I told you that motherfucker was smart. I don't care what y'all say about it. This nigga's smart. You're absolutely.
Don't give me
correct.
that much credit.
You're absolutely correct, sir. Bob motherfucking Arum.
Promoter.
Notice he goes out of his way. Oh, and what's the other one? Kathy Duva. She's huge into the Eastern European market.
Mm-hmm. Because they get him.
She's the one. In fact, let me preface this by saying, I think that Sergey Kovalev is a fucking molesting, woman-beating, scumbag piece of shit. Just get that out the way now. That being said, how the fuck she managed to get this man to sign a contract where he makes zero money up front and only makes his money on the back end of his pay-per-view, that's shyster. That's shyster to a whole...
In a high level.
In the words of the great Don King, "Only in America." Real shit.
Hey.
The second Andre Ward fight, the one that sold twice as many pay-per-views as the first one. First off, I'm going to throw it to you. My first question to you is...
You don't want to vent here?
Why? No, I'm not going to be... Well, I think he's a dirtbag, so you get what you fucking deserve. Like, I don't feel bad for him, but I still think it's shiesty. Like, what she did was still... Whether or not I feel bad for the person that happened to...
Yeah.
Makes what she did no less wrong.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to ask you, why do you think that happened? What were the circumstances you think took place that allowed that to happen?
He probably was either very naive. He was probably lazy. Didn't pay attention to the aspect so much in the contracts. Not telling whoever the hell his lawyer or manager is to really pay attention to it. There, she's just slick at what she does.
Who do you think his manager is?
Who is his manager?
Some nobody ass lawyer.
Somebody that's not really fucking doing their job right then.
But you know who his manager was good friends with? Kathy Duva.
Or would you? Man, it's Kovalev. So
That's not. But here's the thing: is as much as we keep saying it's Kovalev, that's about par for the course.
what do you expect out of him? Kovalev doesn't seem like he's the fucking most smartest businessman in this fucking world here. Like, if that happened to like Andre Ward, I'll be disappointed in him because he's a very smart dude.
Andre Ward said, "Fuck y'all, I'd rather sit out than pay you money." So I don't think that's gonna happen to him. Like, I've lost respect for some of the shit that he's done, but he's not a dumb. He's a lot of things stupid.
Yeah, he's a smart dude.
Yeah,
That's what I said. If that would have happened to him, that would have caught me more surprised.
I would have been shocked.
Him, the Floyds, people like that. The smart people who are very business smart.
Yeah.
They're not dumb people.
You're not gonna credit Oscar De La Hoya? Because here's the thing. Again, scumbag. We was smart enough to get away from Bob Arum.
How long have you been with me? Like 20 years of our life? This is exaggerated. It's not 20 years, but I'm gonna say 20 years.
Long enough to know.
Damn well I'm not gonna give that man no fucking type of credit. Fuck that dude.
He was the one trying
I think
to.
the only credit I could give him, he won't. What would you say? He never ducked nobody.
No, he didn't. He did. I will give him that. He never ducked anybody.
He never ducked one person. He could probably be a good commentator. That's the only two positive things.
he had tried. He'll wait a couple of people out. He'll definitely wait some people out, but he's not ducking anybody. I'll give him that. So wait till motherfuckers get old.
There's a lot of safetiness in boxing. It's the fortunate part about boxing. Like, it's not. Sometimes it annoys me and it makes me, when you hear it, and especially when you do it to good fighters, like, I'm guessing somewhere in there we're gonna talk about some of the safetiness that Rigondeaux, the great talent that Rigondeaux was. How they did him dirty.
I'm not going to, only because that's like a whole other conversation I could take 3 hours doing. I want to try and stick to the money.
You are a big Rigondeaux fan, just a little side note, huh?
Huge Rigondeaux fan. And a lot of it has to do with the
His
fact
skill
that
set, how great his skill set is.
his skill set and the fact that I feel like that people went out of their way to fuck him over. Him and Erislandy Lara. I feel like people kind of went out of their ways to fuck those two dudes over. Like, if people only remember, most people, most casual, not even casual people, even some boxing people, think that Erislandy Lara only got here after he signed with Al Heyman, but he had already been...
He's been fighting.
For years. The only reason anybody knew who the fuck he was because of Al Heyman. Mm-hmm. And that's fucking unfortunate, because that man still has.
Yeah, he's still not an easy fighter for
amount
nobody.
Of skills.
Yeah, still not.
He's just way past his physical prime, and so now it's more of a...
But maybe that's why you should give him more credit, because he's out of his physical prime, but he could still make it work.
No,
it's not going to be easy for you.
And that's why I get that, man. Kudos. It sucks. It sucks. Mm-hmm. Anytime I see people that talented getting fucked over because somebody with half the talent and also half the skin color is the reason why they're getting more promo. That's the type of shit that pisses me off. So when I go on my rants about Lomachenko being trash, so let me just go ahead and cut it out, put it out there now. When I go on and I say Lomachenko is trash, it's not that he's actually trash.
Skill set wise, he's not.
Skill set wise, he's not this like unbelievable, never seen this before talent. Mm-hmm. He showboats against trash ass fighters. That's what he does. He showboats against trash ass fighters, and he is a good fighter that could have been great. Mm-hmm. Maybe if he would have gotten better competition earlier in his life, but he lived and fought somewhere where the competition level was not as high as it is here. So that kind of just pisses me off, where he's just handed the keys, where somebody like Rigondeaux,
you had to work a little
had to
extra
fight
hard
for everything, and when Rigondeaux killed Bob Arum's other golden goose, he basically just fucking shelved him. Like, after he beat the shit out of Nonito Donaire, Bob Arum was doing everything he could to keep Rigondeaux from getting another fight.
But there's just some dudes, unfortunately, that does happen. It sucks, which it sucks. They got to work 2 times harder just to, get some type of credit.
And it just seems like it disproportionately happens to people of a certain color.
Yeah, especially the people who don't speak the English.
Yeah, so
they get screwed a little bit on the extra side. They don't really know what the hell's
Yeah.
going on. They just will accept anything just to get the hell out of that fucking country they're in. They're stuck in that hellhole they're in.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like motherfuckers just taking advantage. It's just like you got baseball did the same thing for years. That's why we got a whole bunch of Afro-Latino baseball players in here because they would send motherfuckers down there to fucking raise them in baseball camps and then bring them over here and
So it's cheap ass little contract, which to them it's a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
But they deserve a lot more.
and the best of them ended up making a shit ton of money, as they should. As they should. They deserve it. But motherfuckers were being preyed upon because they were in fucked up situations.
Yeah, let's go out to them better than, somebody from over here that's going to ask for more money. And then we have to pay that dude some crazy amount of money.
Yeah. So, that is one of those things. So, on the heels of a conversation we had many conversations we've had about Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. You once brought up that up front, on paper, Terrence Crawford has bigger numbers on his contracts, right?
Yeah, from what's being reported.
Yeah, from what's being reported as the purse, he has higher numbers on his contracted fights. And what I said to you is that because he has to pay a promoter and he isn't the promoter, any of the advertising dollars that go into fights, because advertisers, just like with any sporting event, have to pay whoever's putting on the event and the station that's putting on the event to allow their advertisements to be played in between fights, breaks, and all of that shit.
It's like if Errol Spence was fighting right now, they want to promote a movie or some type of commercial.
Yeah, Universal has to pay.
If Fast and Furious wanted to pay for their new movie, they have to pay a certain amount right there because they know this fight's going to get a lot of attention. Let's put it on here.
So that's item number one, advertising dollars, which on a pay-per-view can be anywhere from as low as $1,500 to $2,500 for per 30 seconds, up towards $500,000 to $1 million per 30 seconds. Now, obviously, $500,000 to $1 million, you're talking about Joshua, Wilder.
Yeah, the bigger names,
Floyd,
the stars, the faces.
Maybe Spence, maybe Canelo. That's what you're talking about. And under that, I'd say, if we're going by the recent numbers in attendance and viewership, Davis, Lopez had a big one. Haney, actually, if Hearn's not lying out his ass, I'm just going to take everybody at their word. But theirs is a little different, too, because then you got to pay an app, and that's a whole other thing.
Well, which is the little thing that we'll get to at that, which I've heard there's some things they do.
So the money's getting chopped up a little more over there.
Yeah, it's different. It's getting chopped up.
You have more
which I've
middlemen.
heard PBC does to a certain degree, too, allegedly.
Yeah. But case in point, so say we'll take Terrence Crawford, obviously, who has a promoter and works on a network. And you'll take, I'm not even going to use Errol Spence. I'm going to say Sean Porter. And you take Sean Porter. So Sean Porter's reported purse may be $2 million.
From what I've seen, yeah, it's about $2 million.
So $2 million. That's his reported purse. That's not all your money. That's you sign your name on this dotted line, you're getting $2 million. Terrence Crawford, 4.5 was the last one? Or 5.6?
It goes to at least 3 to 4, depending really giving.
It was either 5.6. I'll give him 5.6. $5.6 million on your purse. $2 million on your purse. Now, at first glance, Terrence Crawford's making way more money than him. Here's the problem. Who's the first person to get a cut out of your purse?
Oh, it's going to be the promoter.
All right, Sean Porter doesn't have a promoter. And we know who his promoter, and we know who Terrence Crawford's promoter is. That's 30%. It's Bob Arum. And which is a standard fee. Like, I don't like promoters. I despise them on a personal level. I'm not going to go there. 30%. Cool. So next down is your manager. 10 to 15% standard.
Depending on how you got it with your manager.
So
High level manager or not.
We'll call it 10. Mm-hmm. So now it's 10, 40. What's your head trainer getting usually?
Depending on your trainer, most probably going around 5%.
Okay, so we'll go 5% for both. So 15, 45.
Guessing Bowman probably gets at least 5, probably more 10.
Oh, wait, but you remember, Terrence Crawford has 3 trainers. Now I know only the head trainer is getting 5. So let's say,
just throw a percent or two.
Let's say 2%. We'll say because a cut man is 2 to 3%. So cut man, that's another 3%. So we're at 18% here. We're at 48% here for the cut man. Now let's say the other 2 trainers get 2% each. So we're at 52% here, 18% here. You already see where this is going.
Yeah, the numbers of what he's having to pay goes up a lot.
What you also may not know is that Terrence Crawford and his original promoter have a deal that when he got shopped to Bob Arum,
yeah, he still gets a percentage.
He still gets 10%.
Isn't it just like that legit? When Dr. Dre left, he technically Eazy was still getting a percentage.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah,
it happens a lot. It's not just boxing; it happens a lot.
It happens everywhere.
So yeah, it happens everywhere. So that's another 10%. Mm-hmm. So now we're at 62%, 20%. I'll give him that he may have 2 more trainers. I'll make his even 25.
Yeah.
62%, 25%. And again, I've not even started talking about all the other shit you got to pay for.
Yeah, the belt. We didn't even talk about the belt. Which we all know the shame of that right there.
You know what? I'm going to do the math for you right now.
I also know too, from what I've read, I know like the Zone does the streaming thing, so your shit gets a good amount of views. It's like their version of the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's your version of streaming revenue.
I've heard PBC does it to some of the dudes who hardly never go on pay-per-view. They do a lot of the viewing ship. So whatever amount of views you get, you'll get like that version. I don't know if Plot does that. ESPN does it. Never heard. I've just heard a lot about that with the Zone and PBC. More the Zone though, because they're an app, which is not that bad of a thing. If you're smart, you should try to get that.
So now you have 2.4 million from that original 5.
Shit happens sometimes.
You started off with $5 million. You're at 2.4 million.
Less than half.
You're at 48%. You're at less than half.
And we're still not.
Actually, I'm sorry. Wait, no, that's my bad. I did it wrong. You're at 38%, not 48%, because I said 62, not 52. Sorry.
At the end, they're not getting the full $5 million. But that's give and take and all, because we all get taxed on things.
Oh no, I'm not. Tax is next. We're getting into that next. 1.9 million. I'm sorry, not 2.4. You're at 1.9 million. So you're already at less than $2 million. To be fair, the person that got 25 taken out, 500,000. 1,500,000. So you went from a gap of $3 million to a gap of $400,000. That's just on managerial and promotional fees.
Yeah, you can't always pay attention when you see the guarantees that allegedly they get.
Here's the deal, though. How many top-level fighters does Top Rank have access to?
Ooh, that's a whole.
At welterweight.
Do we have an hour of here?
At welterweight.
Do we have an hour to spend here on the sense of the list of great fighters they have at their current roster right now?
I'm being
very sarcastic here.
Yeah, go ahead. List them. Because Alexander Busputin is still on suspension. He can't fight because of the steroids.
No,
I know, but I just wanted to get that out there.
Terrence Bud Crawford.
Okay. At welterweight, mind you. Okay, wait. Because with sparring, because we know sometimes you'll go a little underweight to get a quicker do. You'll go a little overweight. Yeah. So anywhere from 130 to 160.
There's Jose Ramirez.
Okay. You know, quality dude. Quality dude.
Okay. I was being very sarcastic. That one I was expecting a response.
No. No. I'm not gonna do that. This is gonna be totally serious. That is a quality fighter.
Okay, so I'm guessing though, since you're gonna take this very serious, and I was trying to be sarcastic on some of these, I'll be the sarcastic person today. Teofimo Lopez, since he likes to portray himself that he wants to fight at 140 now.
Do you think he's gonna spar Terrence?
I think he'll spar him.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, fuck,
Okay,
you
so
see
we
how
have
big that motherfucker is?
No, I didn't say he
Yeah.
can't. Yeah, I absolutely think he can.
Tyson Fury.
Okay, now you're just being funny.
Yeah, I really couldn't. Tyson Fury was gonna be my last person. I couldn't. After that, I couldn't remember.
Ooh.
Who else?
Ooh.
Okay.
Thank you so
We
much,
got a little
sir.
surprise
Yeah,
here.
if you want to plain ones, you can.
Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on here. Little pause. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We just got a nice little delivery
Yeah.
from Leo Ryan, the Lion here.
Street-
Future heavyweight
Street
champion.
street tacos. I love street tacos.
Oh, it's that Canelo.
Nothing? Nobody?
Yeah. It's that Canelo meat. But Dahlberg doesn't. It's really just Bud. Well, we all know Jose Ramirez is going to
I
eventually
already took
move
my
up.
drug test for work. I'm fine.
They really do make you drug test there? Mm-hmm. Maybe go back into the sense of boxing. Jose Ramirez, he's 140, but he'll go eventually
good.
move up to
He's good
147, yeah. But it's just really them two. I really can't name nobody else. I don't know if one of your favorite fighters, Benavidez, if he's still top rank, or I don't know if
He hasn't been fighting.
But I don't know if he's
Jose
top rank.
Benavidez,
Yeah.
he is top rank.
Him, even though he announced he's coming back, but give and take.
So 3?
That's pretty much it.
4, because you forgot Lomachenko. 4.
Oh, you're going in the sense of...
That was it, because you'll get a smaller guy to be faster.
Oh, okay.
Because you'll sometimes you'll throw a smaller dude in there. She'll throw you some.
She this is when I know she what I need here. That's she knows that's for me. And let's give it take. I know if you want something. If you want tapatio here, some tapatio too. If you hear some pausing here, it's because we just got delivered some rice and tacos here while we're gonna eat.
I love me street tacos. Take that for whatever you want to take it for.
That's
A spicy one too.
35. Who else is 135?
Speaking of
No,
a spicy taco, I just got a text. Hold on.
Terrence Crawford does like to box. He likes to spar a lot of Shakur Stevenson.
5.
I mean, one.
Actually 4 because I don't think Lomachenko is sparring.
Terrence Crawford? Mm-hmm. No, I don't think so either.
So we'll go with 4.
4, that's pretty much most likely just it right there.
I say that because when you're training for fights, if these fighters aren't training to fight themselves, you got to pay for sparring.
Oh, yeah, there's so much, since you're a physical trainer too, we haven't put that in your strength and conditioning coach.
Oh, that's why I asked. I added those other couple of percents to both sides for that. Mm-hmm. That's what I did. I did that off top. Your S&C dudes, your secondary trainer. So that's where I put him at 1.9 and 1.5 million. So we're already down to a $400,000 difference. Now, look at Sean Porter and who he has access to spar.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, he has a
really
lot of-
the difference. He wouldn't have to really pay anybody to spar, and if he would, he could do a lot of that shit on discounted sparring payments and mutual payments because the PBC fighters are way more active than top rank fighters. So that's my point.
That is the fortunate part about unboxing. Just because you see somebody's guaranteed will just say $5 million, they're not really getting the whole full. They're getting paid the $5 million, but then he has to spread that apart to whoever he's paying for.
Yep.
That is the fortunate part, and depending on what state they're in, how much they're gonna get taxed to.
Now, thankfully, he lives in Nebraska. No state tax.
California needs to follow that.
No, people want to be here,
Yeah.
so they're gonna charge you to be here. That's all a state tax is. They're charging you to live is where you live.
That's just the
Nobody
fortunate.
wants to live in fucking Nebraska.
That's just the fortunate part. We don't get that full. It's the same thing when you get the lottery. You're not getting the whole full $1 billion.
No, absolutely not. So, we're at 1.9 and 1.4. Mm-hmm. We also understand that now, because of the lack of variety, or even the lack of choice, he's probably going to have to pay more in his training camp. What do you think would be a fair number for a training camp? Considering Don't consider this S&C coach because I already put percentages in for that.
Spending
Don't consider the extra training. Just sparring and nutrition because we'll throw in chefs. Sparring and nutrition.
I'll probably easily say near 100,000.
So now we're at 1.8 million.
Because when you get to the high level of these dudes, you're getting the better chefs and the better whatever it is. So you're gonna pay a good price for all that stuff, and none of that's gonna. When you get to that level, it's gonna be cheap.
Okay. Now, 100,000, so we're at 1.8, 1.4. That's about the same for both of them.
Yeah.
I think Son will have to pay less because I think he has better access to more people, but we'll keep it even there. 1.8, 1.4. Now, back end money. Promoters get kickbacks for advertisements.
Oh hell yeah. Especially like we said, Fast and the Furious or Ford wants to pay for a fucking commercial there.
So let's say after your manager gets his piece of it, because managers do, your local promoter, because local promoters are a thing.
I don't know if you want any.
Yeah, I can give me some. Local promoters are a thing. They get their piece off of, whatever advertising dollars. Let's say you get. I'll be as strict as as conservative as I can. I'll say the promotional company gets 40%. I'll say promotional company gets 40% of the advertising. Big promotion, pay-per-view fight. Now we're talking 500,000 conservatively. We'll say $500,000 for advertising on that 40%. Oh wait, no, this dude doesn't get that because he's not his own promoter. This guy does. So now you're at 1.8 million and 1.9 million for the dude that was only getting 2.
You think fighters should get a little percentage of that? You should work that in the contract?
Absolutely, they fucking earned it. That's why they should be their own promoters, which is why I said we should get rid of promoters. That's kind of the point I'm driving at. Thank you for that spoiler alert, sir. I appreciate that because I was taking a really long time to drive this point home.
To get to that point?
I was taking a scenic route because I know a lot of people ask, they're like, oh, well, if the promoter's not there, how does this get handled? How does this get handled? Motherfucking managers and lawyers can do all the shit that promoters do on the business end. And then all promoters' job is at that point is to get your name out there. And with social media, we don't need somebody to get your name out there. You can do that your fucking self.
Okay, but what would you think?
Or you could hire a publicist, which is cheaper.
Since have any of the manager or the advisor, those.
And last point, Live Gate.
Getting a percentage of Live Gate.
Porter has consistently outsold Terrence Crawford at the gate.
Because I know a promoter that's part of their job and give and take that gets the whatever little advertising since if Budweiser or fill in the blank want to put a commercial on
Corona,
there.
Tecate.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I always
you always
remember.
see. It's always some type of beer in boxing.
Proper 12.
Yeah. Which he's very smart. He fucking puts himself in these big fights.
Well, he already sold it.
Yeah, he sold a good share.
And made a shit ton of money. Yeah.
It's smart. It's very
Smart
smart.
man.
But okay, now I know with PBC, it's part of either the manager or Al Heyman, the advisor, to put his job to put who wants to spend the money in these commercials. Give it to us how part of Heavyweight makes his little money. Now, what would be, in your opinion, a fair for the fighter to get a share? What percentage should he get a share of that? In your opinion,
you should get the promotional cut. I think the promotional cut is more than fair. Because as a fighter, if you're a talented fighter, you're a top level fighter, or you've worked your way to whatever position you've worked your way to, you have earned the right to be seen by the people that you're being seen by. You are promoting yourself. So you deserve all the money that comes with whatever level of notoriety that you have gotten. Now, granted, I'm saying this based on a meritocracy and not on all of the political bullshit that goes on. Assuming things are done the right way, You will have earned the level of fame that you have gotten, and therefore you should at the very least get a promotional cut.
Yeah. If, Spin, see if he gets a little more commercials. Because he'll get more commercials than Give and Take.
Exactly.
Then,
he's more known.
Porter, he's more known, or Danny Garcia. I also think, too, if they're smart, they should get in the viewership, especially, we'll just say PBC or The Zone. Like, if a Haney's fighting on The Zone, and let's just say he averages getting, we'll just say a little 1.5 million views or something like that through the app. There's just as a number we'll throw. He should put himself, I should get a percentage.
Which by the way, would
200,000 or something.
Which 1.5 million views on the app would be 2 times what Canelo Alvarez's average.
Go ahead. It took you 30 minutes to throw a little shot at him.
It wasn't a shot. That's just facts.
That's
facts, sir.
He's a bum, anyways. He's not a star.
Not a bum. He's a duck artist. There's a difference.
What did you say? He's what?
Not a bum. He's a duck artist. There's a
I
difference.
thought you said choke artist. So I was like,
No. That's his promoter. Well, former promoter.
I was gonna say, damn. What do you know about his life that we don't know? But I think personally, they should. If I was a fighter and I got myself into a good little status where I'm known. Other person, if I was on, we'll just use The Zone. If I was signed to The Zone Matchroom, I would put where on there I get a percentage out there. We'll just say every 300,000 views. So if I get a 600,000, well, that's 2 different bonuses I get right there.
So you want
or my viewership if I was on PBC and I'm fighting on the Showtime or the Fox. If I get 2 million views on there, I should. In my personal opinion, that's how you make some money.
So you want a benchmarker contract? Mm-hmm. Absolutely good. I'm with it. I'm here for it.
Or give and take, let you eat. Or my personally, where on some of the fights I would we'll just go on the PBC because if you're on The Zone, you're kind of contracted. On the PBC, you're not so much. We'll speak upon more in the sense of them. My personally, I would do if I'm gonna be if I know this next fight of mine is gonna be on a Fox card, so it's not pay-per-view. I will personally, if Al Heyman is trying to advise me in the sense of you're like, well, I'm gonna offer you this much for this fight.
Wait, no, Fox has done the pay-per-view because Fox was promoting the Sean Porter fight. Now the Spence Porter fight. Now it's Fox, and now it's a pay-per-view.
Well, but we'll just sense to say it's just a regular Fox TV. It's not a pay-per-view.
Wow. For sure.
And he goes, you know what? Okay, well, we want to get. We'll pay you $3 million for this fight. And let's just say I think for this fight, me personally going against this certain point, I should get $5 million. Mm-hmm. But he goes, come on, I'm gonna work with you with 3. I'll be like, okay, if I can guarantee 3, but if I have faith in myself, sometimes I think some of these dudes need to take a little risk and be, in a sense, take a chance.
Terrence Crawford. Oh, I was supposed to cough and say that.
I would.
My bad.
I would say, okay, guarantee me that 3, but I want a little extra on the viewingship.
But Massa said I could get $3 million.
But that's what personally, if I can't get that guaranteed 5, okay, I'll take the 3, but on that viewership, because I'm a bet on myself that I can get some extra viewers, get a little percentage. That's personally what I would try to do. I'm not gonna say I would do that in every fucking fight.
That is a great way of thinking about it. That's a good business stance to take.
Sometimes you have to take that.
Do you think Bob Arum would allow that to happen?
Well, I'm speaking upon BBC.
I'm just saying. You're speaking on BBC?
Well, it's funny there. I'm speaking. I was fighting on the PBC.
Oh, PBC. Gotcha. Because I don't know. It sounded a little.
Right there. They didn't do a fucking Mikey Garcia and fucking Orange Award did. Fuck Bob. Well, I know Orange Award was never signed there, but
It was Goose and Tudor.
Yeah. They fucked him. You need me more than I need you.
Well, he's dead now, so you need to.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know, but in the sense,
I got
Bob, I would. Mm-hmm. Okay, come on. Or, okay, fuck it. Bob, you have something, you have to take chances.
Or, real shit. Terrence Crawford, you live in Omaha, fucking Nebraska. I know you got a ton of kids, but it's not expensive to live there. Buy a contract out, homie.
That's what you have to also invest into stuff. You just don't only rely on boxing. Invest into doing other things. From what I believe, Mikey does real estate. Mikey Garcia, which is a very smart move. If you know how to do it right, it's a very smart thing. I don't know why boxers don't start clothing lines more often with some type of symbol, which is not easy to do. I know that.
I wouldn't say clothing. I'd say I feel like doing gloves or doing something like that.
Gloves, yeah. But I'm saying, well, like, say, example, if you're a fighter right now and I was your trainer, I would say, create a logo of what you are, like that. You know, Canelo has the CA. Floyd had his little symbol. I think GGG really just uses the 3 Gs like that. Use a symbol that you create that's yours and put it on
trademark
shirts.
it, yeah.
Trademark it and put it on shirts. I believe Haney's starting to do that now. I believe I've seen a picture. He's putting it on gloves. His own little brand. I don't understand why more fighters don't do that. AB should have did that with the Bob Billions. Or Tank should be doing that, whatever, since he wants to create.
He does. GTD Promotions.
Did he?
That's Gervonta Tank Davis.
But I'm saying, does he have a logo though? Like
Yeah.
put on a shirt? I've personally never seen it.
Yes, you have. You've
If I-
seen
that-
it,
that
you've
or I
seen it
maybe-
at every press conference that he's ever been in.
I just
in
didn't
the
pause it.
background, GTD Promotions. That's him.
Maybe I just didn't pay attention to it. Well, just because when I think of fighters, I see the Floyd's, his symbol. I see Canelo CA. So those remind me, and you see shirt, you actually see people walking around with those shirts. Or Ryan's doing with that little reaction bag. He created his own little version now, sells it out. Now he makes his little money off it. I think a lot of times boxers see, oh, okay, now, yeah.
You've seen it before.
It's the give and take should do that more often. They should create their own little symbols, sell some shirts. We're forgetting something. Charlos, they have the lions, and I've seen their symbols right there. Do that. The lions only. I don't know if Spence has one personally.
Man down.
Man, okay, I've seen the lion symbol, and I've seen they sell shirts, they sell sweaters. I think more fighters should do that. I don't know why they don't.
They got a bunch of man down shirts. I almost copped one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like that shit.
You should do that. That's how you promote yourself, and you can make extra money off it, especially if you're getting known. More boxers should be doing some shit like that. I don't know why they don't. They Conor McGregor with the proper 12. Okay, now I've never seen that before.
It's usually not all of that. Is that right there?
Okay,
That
I've never seen. But see, he should start putting that on a shirt and wearing it.
You mean like that? He wears it when he trains.
No, I just
Well, watch his next media training. He'll have one on. His team will have him on.
Yeah, see, and that's what you should do. You should have them on like that and promote the shit out of it. Post it on your social media. That's other ways. Or if not, invest into doing something else.
I ain't gonna lie, I almost copped that one.
Oh, that one right there?
I like it because I like red. You got the red and black. Yeah, I almost copped that one.
But I've also heard that Bud Crawford has investments in other things, but he just doesn't talk about it.
ESJ The Truth. Yeah, there's a whole fucking website.
See,
I didn't know he had a whole website, but I knew he had a logo. And I knew he was, and yeah, Man Down Promotions is the name of his promotional company. And he has a couple fighters.
Was he?
He has a prospect kid that tried to qualify for the Olympics. Young kid from obviously out of Texas. Boy could fight too. I watched him. Little dude, little skinny dude. Well, little skinny, like 5'9.5", 5'10". Fighting at like 135.
But that's what you should be doing. You need to find ways to make money. You can't just always rely on what your boxing fights paid you. Start your own little gym. Start it. Another way of making money.
I give Terrence that. He definitely do that. But you and I both know that making money in a gym,
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing.
you can either make money or you can train fighters.
Okay.
You usually can't do both.
Okay, be a manager to fighters when you get to a certain level. I know Mikey does. I believe he's the manager to Josito Lopez. I think Jose Ramirez too, to a certain degree.
Or Robert Garcia was.
To who?
To Lopez.
No, it's Mikey. Mikey, because I would hear a lot of times when they're asking Mikey on
Well, you know, they handle business all in
But when they're here, and then Mikey will be
Very
like,
close.
you know what, I'm looking into who his next opponent is. Because he'll say, I'm managing his career.
Okay.
And I think he might even maybe do it to Virgil Ortiz too. I'm not fully sure, but that's just a small little circle they have right there. So they're keeping it within like that, but like that from what I believe.
So do you have any thoughts on... Did you ever go look up the lawsuit that Bob Arum is currently embroiled in?
No, I've never got any, but I'm guessing you probably have.
Is the inspiration for what we're doing right now?
Isn't it a lot of it's the Muhammad Ali Act? From what the little bit I've seen of it.
Fraud. And violations of the Muhammad Ali Act. Several. There's more than one. So, and we touched on it last week. Essentially, what happened was there's a dude named Cohen who was promoting Rob Grant at the lower level. Cohen, unbeknownst to Rob Grant, had a relationship with Bob Arum predating their relationship business-wise. And Cohen, as a lawyer, passed the bar exam, certified lawyer, was representing him as Cohen Promotions. But he also had interest in a managerial arm, law office of Cohen, and which already is shady as shit. He shouldn't have been doing. But we all know lower levels, your managers, your promoters, that shit gets real convoluted.
Yeah, because you don't really know. They'll take advantage of you.
So according to Mr. Grant, he was, by Cohen, it was brought up to him that Bob Arum is taking some interest into him. He's like, hey, went to him, hey, Top Rank is looking at you. This is this. And I say Bob Arum specifically because Top Rank my ass. If you say Top Rank, buck stops at Bob Arum. So if I say Bob Arum or Top Rank, I'm talking about the same two.
Or Ted DeBuff.
Todd, this predates.
Oh, Todd? Or is it Ted?
It's Todd DeBuff.
No.
This predates Todd DeBuff doing a lot of the higher level stuff. He was there. He'd been there for a while. But this predates him being at the level he's at now. So, he says that to Rob Grant. Grant's like, all right, cool. But what I need from you is I need you to make sure that you run any contracts, negotiations, dealings with Top Rank through me first. Mm-hmm. They have that conversation. Soon after, he goes out on his honeymoon. Gets married, goes out on his honeymoon. Comes back. While he's out on his honeymoon, Cohen and Bob conspire to build this contract and put it together that's very predatory and then shove into his face when he gets back. He gets back. Cohen's like, if you don't sign this right now, they're going to walk away. They're no longer going to be interested. I need an answer quickly. What's it going to be?
So it's like in the movie
So he's
Straight Outta
strong-arming
Compton.
him.
When they did to Ice Cube.
Yeah, he's straight.
Or they tried to do it.
Yeah, he's strong-arming him into signing this contract, which he does because, honestly, most of us would. You got things to do young.
Especially if he hasn't made the money to be,
not particularly business savvy.
Yeah, so he needs it. Probably has kids.
Man just got married. Mm-hmm. I can't eat promises.
Yeah. Marriages are expensive.
Yeah. So, what he saw, or what he thought he was signing, was something where, a situation where he gets, Cohen, he being Cohen, gets 11% in the future of his earnings, which 1% higher than what's usual, so it's not a big deal. And the man got you this contract. What's a percent? What's 1%?
Yeah.
Whatever. Cohen Associates got 10%. Cohen Promotions got another 30.
Total 40. 41.
On top of Bob obviously taking his cut of 30.
Yeah. That's 70.
That's
71.
71%. Plus $400,000 of anything on the back end of any pay-per-view fight he's in. Plus rights to whoever he loses to in the future while he's under this contract. So that Cohen dude gets rights to whoever beats him if he loses in the ring while he's under this contract.
Why aren't we promoters? Sure, we can be fucking making some money. God damn,
So-
we're managers.
$400,000 off of a pay-per-view back end, which could be all of your money.
Yeah.
We've gone over this. Because with my example of $500,000, that really only leaves him with $100,000. on the back end.
He ain't a guy who's making $5-6 million.
But I'm saying, like, even just saying. So if you would have gotten to the marquee level of a Lomachenko or a Gervonta Davis or a Teofimo Lopez or Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, blah, 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 whoever, he would have had to pay him $400,000 plus 41%. And if he'd have lost, whoever beat him, that Cohen Promotions and Cohen have first rights at that person. So tell me how 71% of your purse and $400,000 of your pay-per-view is not predatory.
Oh, that's very predatory. Screwing the fuck out of him with no Vaseline.
That's the type of shit that Mr. Bob Arum is currently being investigated and in court and being sued for. And not for nothing, the very act under which he is being sued is in place because of him.
I don't understand why people
I feel like the
that.
irony should not be lost in the fact that the man is being sued. He's being brought into court on a rule that is created because he exists. Let that really just marinate for a second. He's been fucking people long enough that they made a rule to stop him from doing it. And 40, 50 years down the road,
Still fucking the shit out of people.
they have to bring him into court and be like, hey, remember when we told you couldn't do this shit no more? Yeah, well, now we're taking you to court because clearly you're trying to do this shit again.
Bob's a crook. He's trying to cash out.
70%. Now again, that's just the promoter and the old manager. I ain't even talk about the new manager. It's another 10. That's 81%.
And all the other
Now
stuff we had talked about.
the trainer, 91%. Cut man, 3%. Call it 2%. Now we're at 93%. So that means you are going to get 7% of whatever it is they said they were going to pay you. And then you have to pay fucking income taxes on that.
So 2%.
7% of... That's not including training costs. That's not including travel costs. That's not including your press run costs, because they don't pay for that shit.
He ain't one of the higher level dudes.
Even if you are a high level dude, you're paying for that shit. Now obviously you're making the kind of money that it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
So that's how you can make $500,000 in a fight, which, please don't get me wrong, $500,000 is more money than I'm probably going to make in the next 10 years.
Oh, I'll take that any day. At the stage.
That's how you can, quote unquote, make $500,000 and not have more than 3 plug nickels to rub to fucking together at the end of it. That's how you make $500,000 and end up broke.
Bob Brown's inventory shit. I don't know why people sign with him.
But here's the thing. So let's take all the extra shit that Bob and Cohen did off of that. You're still talking about 40 to 45% of your check gone before you even get to see it.
Yeah.
Even in the best scenario, you're talking about 25% of your... The very best case scenario, you're talking about 25% gone before you get to see... which 25%, comparatively speaking, is awesome.
Yeah, to
But
us out here.
still...
But to them,
None of these motherfuckers is taking the 25% was in the gym with you getting hit in the face.
Yeah. Well, is that fit? Because if you watch that Lennox Lewis documentary when he talks about it, he goes, how is it that I make 10 million? I think it was for the second fight against Holyfield? First or second. He goes, I make 10 million. Holyfield's making 15 million for this fight. And Bob's making 15 million off this fight too. He goes, and his that doesn't make sense to me. How we're the ones literally getting hit. He's not getting hit, but yet he's making as much as the fighter.
Or more, usually. Because again,
Usually.
advertising, promote, all that. He's getting the bulk of the back end money.
Which is something a lot of the times. Oh, we even heard that in NFL with what's the name? Roger Goodell, how he makes, I think, what is it, like 20, 30 million a year? And people are like, the fool ain't the one getting hit by people out here.
Okay, and that's cool that everybody likes to shit on Roger Goodell and fuck Roger Goodell. Let me start with that. But the owners pay his check too.
Yeah.
So think about the money. If they're paying him $30 million, think about the money that the owners are making.
Yeah.
And they're, not only are they not getting hit, but they're not getting shit on like Roger Goodell. They get to sit in the rafters and not be talked about at all.
Unless you're Jerry Jones. But he calls
But that he does that himself. Name me 6 owners right now in the NFL.
The AEW owner. He's the owner of Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jerry Jones, that's 2.
Okay. The white dude from the Atlanta Falcons. That's always on the sideline.
Do you know his name?
The white dude.
Mr. Rub and Tug? Yeah. The one
White
that got
dude.
caught in the...
Oh,
in
there's that
Florida.
Patriot dude too. What is his fucking name? Fuck. I guess I can picture his face right now. I just can't get his name.
2. You got 2. I'll give you
Jamie
Kraft.
Buss.
Kraft. You're talking... No, Buss is basketball. But Roger Kraft is the person from New England that you're talking about.
Oh,
He's clearly had a couple of drinks because I had to give him one.
Magic Johnson.
I don't know if you think your Johnson is magic, but that's not what we're doing right now.
Peyton Manning. He's technically owner of the
He
NBA.
owns 20 yards of forehead, but he does not own a team.
If you don't, I'm gonna continue naming people who are owners in different sports.
But
Usher.
that's my point. He owns fake money. Them strippers is mad. Who them strippers is mad? You like that? He owns.
Nelly. Technically owner too.
I ain't doing that right there. So that's my
Aaron
point.
Rodgers.
That is my point, though.
Yeah.
That's my point. And actually, 31 because the Green Bay Packers, fun fact, are
Yeah.
a
It's
publicly
the-
traded team. Yeah. So you could name 6 fucking owners, and these are the people making these evil ass decisions. But we want to bitch. We want to bang on the players and Roger Goodell. And fuck Roger Goodell again, just for clarification. Fuck Roger Goodell, but he's still not the worst.
But you know, promoters, that's part of their job. They're part of.
But yeah.
A lot of them are supposed to try to screw you over.
In closing, I ain't gonna say the person's government name because they're not here to give me the okay, and I do, even though they get on my nerves sometimes, I have respect for this person. So they know who I am, and they know I'm talking to them. Make sure when you get your shit together and you finally get some discipline about yourself and you get off the thigh 5 for about 5 seconds, you understand that you handle the business end of what you need to do. Because it's important, and if you're not paying attention and you don't have the right people around you, you don't have the people looking out for your best interests, you are going to get fucked. And that's actually just a good piece of advice for every fucking body.
Yeah. With the time we got left, was there really any news this week besides the Pacquiao? Give us a really was nothing.
Pacquiao clout chasing, Ryan Garcia doing what most young Mexicans don't and pull out. He pulled out of the
I know
Javier Fortuna fight.
Edgar fought.
Edgar Berlanga fought. He broke his knockout streak, which was fucking hilarious. It was some bullshit knockout streak. But to be fair,
He still did good. He still has some power though. He does have power to his hands.
like I said, to be fair, he is a talented person, but I'd like to
He's
see
at
him,
the young stage.
I'd like to see him cultivate more skill. He's a little too reliant on the power.
He has power though, and then when he hits with that right hand, whoo,
Oh yeah,
he could hurt people.
absolutely.
He's a little too early on who he tries to call out and say that he'll put on their ass. Technically, maybe he could, but
Yeah, but what happens when they get back up and you're tired?
yeah, because he loves to call out Canelo, Benavidez, and
All those
Lang.
dudes will watch him right now. All of those dudes will
fuck
watch
yeah.
him right now.
And but also, we gotta remember too, he could technically land and put him out to sleep too. He could, but
Sleep? I don't know. Not based on what this last fight. He can put him down. I don't think he can put him out.
he could drop.
I don't
them.
think any of
He
those-
could hurt some of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And all three, Benavidez probably be the easiest one because Benavidez has decent defense. He's not.
I don't
great,
think any of them have a weak enough chin to where he could put him out. I think he could put all of them down, but anybody could be put down.
but- Yeah.
I could put a fucking heavyweight down if I land in the right place. I'm big enough. I'm strong enough. I
You
catch
gotta-
somebody in
you
the right
gotta be
spot.
able to do it.
Yeah, I catch somebody in the right spot, they're gonna hit the ground. Now, what happens when they get back up and I'm dead ass tired? That's a whole nother conversation entirely.
The interesting thing to be him in the future. We'll go 2-3 years. A big fight for him could be in the sense him and Benavidez. Mexico versus Puerto Rico.
You know who should be looking at fighting right now? I want to bring him up because I like him, even though he gets on my fucking nerves sometimes.
Who is this?
He should be calling out. He should be calling out fucking the best European fighter in the last 30 years. Chris Eubank Jr.
Nah, it's way too ahead of him. Nah.
No, too early.
I think he should be fighting. Everybody is calling for him to fight that dude that Dan Jacobs just fought. The one that was in Creed. And everybody says that this right there is Puerto Rico versus Philip. I like people to say it's Puerto Rico versus Philadelphia, Puerto Rico. That would be a good fight. It's a good next step up for him. In my opinion, but
You don't want to see him fight. You don't want to see him fight Eubank.
I think Eubank puts him out. My
I think
opinion.
Eubank is a little fast for him.
Yeah.
Right. But it'd be
It'll be an interesting fight though.
a fun fight to watch.
But remember,
I would watch that. The thing is, I would watch that fight because now I've had enough drinks that now I'm just here for the bullshit.
he has a lot of potential. I'll give Edgar. He does have a lot of potential. He's in the wrong promotion, but
He does. I'm here for the fuckery at this point. So I'm here for all of the fuckery. I want to see. Let's see. What do I want to see? I want to see Mario Barrios versus not Tank. Versus the Josh Taylor. What does that dude he's fighting? Oh God. Who's Josh Taylor supposed to be fighting?
Jose Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez. I want to see. I want to see Mario Barrios fight the winner of that fight. Dude, honest, funny shit aside, I actually think that would be a good fight.
Yeah, most likely would be.
I think the judges aren't going to matter in that fight because I think somebody's going to knock the fuck out. But that'd be a good fight to watch.
A quick little breakdown we could do. Give and take.
Teofimo Lopez versus Tank. I'm here for it. I'm here for all the bullshit.
That's gonna happen next
Rigo
Saturday.
versus Monster Inoue's bitch ass. I'm here for it.
A fight that's gonna happen next week is the battle of the Mexican heavyweights. This is gonna be Andy Ruiz. We got 3 minutes, sir. You could give at least a minute of Andy Ruiz versus Chris not Chris Adjui.
I like Chris Arreola as a fighter because he's never backed down from anybody.
Yeah.
But the man is past it. Please let this be your last fight because I think Ruiz is going to drag this dude. I think this is going to be ugly. I think this is going to be ugly.
He's in shape.
I think this is going to be uglier than that bitch you pick up at 2 o'clock right before you going home.
Oh Lord.
This is going to be uglier. It's going to be uglier than the bitch whose bed you got to sneak out of because she looked like that.
Is this a good enough fight for you? You're gonna be watching?
I'll support it because I like both of the fighters. I don't think it's going to be a great fight, but I like both of the guys. Yeah. So I will support and I will watch. Do I think it's going to be a good fight? No. No, not at all.
You're not.
But I like them.
It's not a good enough fight to pay for pain-wise, but
I like them, but I will support. I will support because I like them, not because I think it's a good fight.
What about the next following week when the GOAT, Billy Joe Saunders fights? The GOAT. Canelo not wash. He's a wash dude. Trash. What about
He's
Billy
not
Joe
trash.
Saunders?
We're not doing that either.
Oh, we'll wait another week? We'll wait another week?
He's a cheater.
He's
a duck artist.
Don't say that about Billy Joe Saunders. You're disrespectful.
Oh, well, he's cheater. Oh, he's a cheater and a duck artist too. Both of them.
He is a GOAT. Billy Joe Saunders, fucking Canelo. That dude don't sell for shit. Even though he's allegedly selling 60,000. Allegedly. But Billy Joe Saunders, the GOAT right there.
Well, I mean, shit. You can sell 90,000 if you're selling for only $25 a ticket. That's what AJ was doing. Oh, too soon? Was that where we're... Oh, shit, I still got time. I got that in there.
If you want to continue on, you can.
No, I'm absolutely watching the fight. It's a good fight. That's a good quality. That's the best fight Canelo's had in years. And, I mean, he kind of got boxed in because he didn't have any other fucking choice.
Billy Joe looks like he's in shape, too.
Like I said, it's the best fight he's had in years. That is the best matchup he's had in years. He's finally having to fight somebody.
He looks like he's in really good shape. Billy Joe, he's taking this very serious.
That's my only thing that concerns me. Which Billy Joe Saunders are we getting? Are we getting Lemieux Saunders? Because the Lemieux Saunders could give a slow-footed Alvarez some problems, especially because I'm seeing that knee thing being more and more of an issue as he gets older.
But But I've heard Billy Joe, or not Billy Joe, his coach say,
Hey, quick, you got 20 seconds.
we can't be trying to just think that it's okay to fight for just only from the outside. We have to do some inside fighting here, slightly, which I like it.
Yeah, but pick your spots. Don't be stupid. Just pick your spots.
Well, you know, the GOAT, Billy Joe Saunders, fights in 2 weeks. Fucking Canelo. That was another episode of the Sweet Talk Podcast. Just to let you know, Spence is the GOAT too, and Wilder too. See you guys.